Hello. Someone joined. Okay. We have quick audience here. So, am I visible, audible? I think I'm visible. Some people liked it. Good day. How are you, member? Great. So, today we are going to talk about Venus Mahadasha. Just a second. Let me Vastu. Okay. So, Venus Mahadasha, which is normally of about 20 years. And it is considered as one of the most benefic or auspicious time period because Venus is what we like, right? Venus is uh, Venus is what we all want to experience. Okay, Venus is everything which we like in our life is Venus. That is wealth, luxury, finance, conveniences, vehicle, AC, fridge, anything that makes your life convenient is Venus. Venus is also your relationship. It is also marriage or something like that. Then relationship of any sort is Venus. Your relationship ability is Venus. Okay, how flexible you can be in relationship, how you can maintain a long-term relationship can be seen from Venus. Venus now apart from all these things, every planet has three levels of representation. Uh, these three levels are body, mind, and soul level. Okay, body level representation, soul, mind level representation, and soul level representation. Okay, so Venus body level representation is wealth and sex or any type of luxury because that we need for body. Okay, middle level mind level representation of Venus is relationship. Okay, because we get connected with other people, and when we are in relationship, mind feels good. Okay, so that is mind level relationship and mind level representation of Venus. Then third is soul level, the highest level. It is the highest level of representation of Venus. That is service and devotion. That is why Venus is exalted in Pisces, the sign of spirituality. Devotion is spirituality. Devotion is exalted in spirituality, right? So the main thing around Venus is that normally we look for wealth and relationship, all these things, but the highest level of representation, highest result Venus can give you in is in service. When you devote yourself in service of someone else, okay, or other people at large, that is when you get the best results of Venus. Okay, normally we can say that okay, fine, wealth is very necessary to survive. How we can survive without wealth if we just serve people and all. But understand that highest, if you go for the highest level of representation, lowest level of representation is already covered. Okay, if you go for the highest level of representation of Venus, that is service and devotion. Means if you dedicate your life in serving other people, then everything else will be taken care. You will automatically get wealth out of that service. Okay, I always say that wealth is just a result of whatever you do. There is no work in world which doesn't pay you back. Okay, so it is your choice what you want to do with Venus. If you dedicate yourself to the service of other people, then you get the best result of Venus, and that also means you will get the best result of wealth. Okay, uh, I can give many examples like myself or my friends and all. Like I can say that I earn more as a businessman now, as an entrepreneur, when I'm serving people through astrology. Okay, rather than what I was when I was serving as an employee in a company. Okay, so this is what I wanted to say, that if you dedicate yourself towards the service for others, then you have better chance of getting more wealth also. It is just not just the service factor. You will get the more wealth also, because you are shooting for something highest, so the lowest is already covered. Okay, so whenever you are looking, it is not about dasha for now, but you are looking at Venus itself. Okay, in your chart, look for what you can do through that Venus to serve other people. If you can do so, you have already covered the wealth factor. The wealth will automatically come. Okay, that is automatic result of your any of your action. Okay, now Venus Dasha comes after uh, Ketu Dasha. So as I always say that your next Dasha is just the result of your current Dasha. So Venus Dasha is just the result of your Ketu Dasha. How well you have utilized Ketu Dasha will just set the tone for Venus Dasha. You will start seeing the result of Venus Dasha from Ketu Mercury Dasha, that is the Sandhi period. Okay, the last Antardasha of Ketu Mahadasha will be Mercury Antardasha. So you will start seeing the results of Venus Dasha from Ketu Mercury Dasha, and it will be followed in Venus Dasha, and it will go on for about 20 years. It is considered as one of the most auspicious time period, because it is a gentle planet, it is benefic planet. Uh, it is uh, it is considered as the biggest party time one can have, because it represents wealth, luxury, conveniences, relationship, and all. But lots depend upon Venus position also. One thing is there, that at least the wealth factor will be there. Okay, wealth conveniences will be there, because the concept of Jiva Karka and Ajiva Karka will always apply, even if Venus is debilitated, even if it is in the weakest dignity, at least wealth will be coming. It is one of the uh, it is one of the uh, amazing part of astrology is that Venus gets debilitated in Virgo, but Venus in Virgo people are the one who regularly work in financial field. They can be in banks, they can be in financial market like a stock market and all. They can be very rich people. Okay, because at least the Ajiva Karka, non-living significances of Venus will be given. They can have problems in relationship, okay, like anyone else has. They can have serious problems in relationship, but at least Venus in Virgo will give the wealth factor. Okay, so when Venus Dasha starts, as I said, its result will start from Ketu Mercury Dasha itself, the Sandhi period. Then Venus Dasha comes. First of all, it will give the results what it is Karaka of, what Venus represents on itself. Again, I repeat that Karaka means uh, that those things planet represent on itself. Okay, means anywhere in your chart Venus will represent relationship. Anywhere in your chart, in any sign, in any house, Venus will represent luxury. Any house, any sign, Venus will represent wealth. Okay, so Karka means what planet represents on itself. It doesn't depend upon the house position, sign position, dignity, nothing. That result planet can give on itself. Okay, So Venus is karaka of wealth, luxury, finance, conveniences, vehicles, food, clothing, uh, anything that makes our life convenient, and then it represents relationship. So when Venus dasha begins, the first result someone can get is of these things, the karaka things. He can get his life can be can rise financially, he can have a relationship, he can have all the luxuries, conveniences of life. Again, we consider Venus for marriage purpose. Okay, my view is only up to relationship. After that, it is social circus. For that, Venus is not responsible. Astrology is not responsible. I am not responsible. Okay, so Venus can bring relationship in your life, but converting it into marriage is a huge task, especially in the societies like India. Okay, so that is out of the course. Means your Venus position, Venus Mahadasha cannot guarantee marriage. I have seen people who have gone through whole of the 20 years of Venus Mahadasha. Venus is quite well placed, still they didn't get married in that 20 years, and they were in the marriageable age. Okay, so Venus is not guarantee of getting married. Venus is guarantee of having relationship. Those people had relationships. Okay, so it is just that Venus will give the karaka, the results of wealth, conveniences, luxuries, and relationship. Nothing about marriage. Okay, no guarantee about marriage. Then Venus comes into then second result you will get is of the houses which Venus rules in your chart. Venus can be ruling second and seventh house for Aries ascendant. Venus can be ruling first and eighth house for Libra ascendant. Okay, Venus can be ruling seventh and the 12th house for Scorpio ascendant. So whichever house Venus rules in your chart, the second result will be of that house. Okay, those two houses will start giving the results, whatever things they represent. Like if someone is let's say uh, Capricorn ascendant, Venus rules second house. Okay, and Venus also rules. Venus rules fifth house, and Venus also rules the uh, 10th house. So most of the results will be regarding career or creativity aspect or education aspect. Okay, we can use these houses in link also. It means by linking them also. Like for a Cancer ascendant people, the Venus rules fourth house and the 11th house. Okay, now 11th is 8th from the 4th, so it is like Venus Mahadasha is activating the 4th house of home and 11th house of change of home. So it may happen during the Venus Dasha, they can change their home very frequently. Okay, they can be living away from the homeland. So it is the link between the 4th house and the 11th house. 11th is 8th from the 4th, so it is like death of benefits of your homeland. So they can be going away from their homeland, and for Cancer ascendant people, and their earning may come, their gains, the 11th house may come by going away from their homeland. Okay, then whichever house rules, like for Gemini ascendant person, it rules the 5th house and the 12th house, both creativity related houses. Okay, so imagination, creativity, or love, romance. Okay, so if a Gemini ascendant person is going through Venus dasha, then it is more about these things, right? 5th house and the 12th house matters. So second result will be of the houses Venus rules in your chart. Third result will be of the house where Venus sits in the chart. Okay, suppose Venus is sitting in the 9th house, so Venus dasha can bring us lots of foreign travels or long distance travels. faraway lands, people of different ethnicity. He can have the person can have extreme desire to learn about religion, philosophy, literature. All these things can be there with Venus placed in the ninth house. Now, as Venus is a gentle planet, it gets impacted by other planets. Okay, so wherever Venus is sitting, if it is conjunct with any other planet, that planet will have a say. Okay, no matter what it is. Means Venus with Mercury can give troublesome time in relationship, because this person can be very frequent in changing relationship. Okay, Venus Mercury together. But it can make someone very financially clever. Okay, they can be very good in finance. Okay, likewise Venus with Saturn will just delay the aspects of all the results of marriage till the mid 30s. Okay, so whichever planet is conjunct with Venus, that planet will have its impact. Then the results will be changed. Okay, it is not that you will get all the results as is if Venus is conjunct with any other planet. Especially with Saturn, all the results can be just delayed till mid 30s. Okay, if you are going through Venus dasha in between 15 to 35, and you think that okay, why the person can did not get married or did not have a meaningful relationship, probably he had Saturn either aspecting or conjunct with Venus. Okay, so Saturn is just delaying the whole aspect of Venus. Okay, Venus also represents creativity. One thing I forgot in Karaka thing. Your creative pursuits, your hobbies, passions, all those things Venus represents. So Venus Dasha will also give the results of the creativity factor. The person can be very creative. Okay, he will be creative in the area where it is placed. Like in fifth house, he can be very much interested in media and all these things. But in ninth house, he can be more interested in religious stuff, or reading the ancient texts and all. In eighth house, he can be very much interested in occult side of life or something like that. Okay, so the third result is where the Venus sits in your chart. That's where you will experience the results. So first result is Karaka, second result is of house Venus rules, and the third result is of the place where Venus is situated. Okay, that's where you will experience all the results, all the results of the Venus. Venus will take the results of Karaka. Venus will take the results of the houses it rules, and will show up in the house it sits. Okay, then fourth is the aspect thing. Venus has only one aspect, that is the seventh aspect from wherever it sits. So Venus, if Venus is in the seventh house, it will aspect first house. If Venus is in the sixth house, it will aspect 12th house. Wherever Venus aspects, that's where we find love. Those things we love to deal with. Okay, like I have Venus in the second house. Venus aspects the eighth house. I love to deal with the research oriented things. Okay, occult, mysticism, astrology, and all these things. Okay, so wherever Venus is aspecting, that's where those activities you love to do those activities. So you will get the results of that house wherever Venus aspects. It again depends upon Venus position in your chart. Okay, but you will love to be active in those things in life. Okay, wherever Venus aspects. Then nakshatras. Venus rules 3 nakshatras: Bharani, Purva Falguni, Purvashada. Okay, so any planet which is sitting in these nakshatras will be active if person is going through Venus dasha. If any planet is in Dharani Nakshatra, if any planet is in Purva Falguni, if any planet is in Purva Shada, those planets will be active uh, throughout this Venus Dasha, and they will give result as per their dignity, as per their position. Okay, if like it is Saturn, so Saturn will give as per its nature. It's not that Saturn will give as per the Venus nature. Saturn will give as per its nature, its dignity, and everything. Okay. Likewise, if Rahu is in Bharani Nakshatra, Rahu will give results as per Rahu's nature. Okay. So like this, any planet which is in Venus Nakshatra will give its result. Then comes the final thing is that whichever nakshatra Venus is sitting in. Suppose Venus is in Mrakshira Nakshatra. Mrakshira's lord is Mars. Wherever Mars is sitting in your house, in your chart, in whichever house, whichever sign, it will give result as per the dignity of that Mars. Okay. So if Mars is exalted, debilitated, it will give results accordingly. So, and likewise, if Venus is in, let's say, Punarvasu Nakshatra, it is ruled by Jupiter. Now you have to see the position and dignity of Jupiter, and you will get the results of Jupiter accordingly. So these are the themes. But normally, what I wanted to clarify one thing is that normally we see Venus for marriage. It should be only seen for relationship. It should not be seen for marriage. The relationship may or may not convert into marriage. Okay, it is not guarantee of getting married. Venus Mahadasha is not a guarantee, or Venus Antardasha is also not a guarantee of getting. Even if Venus is sitting in the seventh house, ruling the seventh house, I don't think it is a guarantee. It is just a guarantee of being in relationship if other planetary placements are fine. Okay, so just to recap uh, the results you will get in order. First of all, it is Karaka, the planet, and the results which Venus represents on itself. First of all, that. Then second thing is the houses it rules. Third thing is the house it sits. Fourth thing is we can take aspects the last. So fourth thing is the nakshatra it rules. Fifth thing is a nakshatra it is sitting in. Last thing is the aspect, wherever Venus aspects that house. Okay, so these 6-7 type of results we can expect in Venus Dasha. But if you really want to utilize your Venus Dasha in a proper way, in a way where you can get the best result of Venus, at least in the financial side. I know many people are interested in that area. They want to earn good money, and there is nothing wrong in it. Okay, one should be rich. Everyone should be rich. Okay, that's my way of thinking, that everyone should be rich. There should not be any poverty in this world. So if you want to gain the best benefits, financial benefits of Venus, you need to dedicate yourself in service of others. You have to serve other people, and you will get the best benefit of it, because of the same reason which I said in the beginning, that the highest representation of Venus is service. You need to dedicate yourself. You choose any field of your liking and just dedicate yourself, devote yourself to that field, that I will serve people through this. Okay, now when you continue doing it for a long time, people will naturally come to you, and they will give you your fees and whatever charges. It is not that anyone is going to take the free services from you. Okay, so it is just that. And when what is the difference between the job and the business setup is that when you are in job, you are just dependent upon one employer to give you money, right? You have only one employer who can pay you some salary, some paycheck. Okay, but when you are in business, now the whole world can pay you. Anyone can come to you from the whole world and he can pay you. So your scope gets enhanced, okay, or your opportunities, your chances of getting more money gets enhanced, okay. So that's why the best result of Venus, especially in matters of wealth and finance, is when you are into the business field. You are serving people through some business. If you are just working in a job setup, now you are dependent on on your employer, what he decides as your salary or package, and you will take only that much amount in at your home, right? With Venus there is no limit. Business there is no limit, right? Maybe that's why in the what they say, the Kal Purush chart, okay, the original zodiac, the Aries ascendant chart, Venus rules the second house and the seventh house. It is the biggest indication, okay. Venus is ruling second house with Taurus, and Venus is ruling the seventh house with Libra. It is connecting your wealth with business. It is not connecting your wealth with 10th house or the 6th house. It is connecting your wealth with business. So it is showing that the best possibility for anyone to get the best wealth is through business, okay. So that is one thing you should keep in mind, means if you want to get the best benefits of Venus Dasha, if you want to get the best wealth during Venus Dasha, the only possibility is through business, okay. uh, Business or any kind of career, it's not that you need to be a businessman. Even if you are in creative field, right? If you are a poet, or if you are an actor, you're an actress, in modeling and anywhere, okay, you are just providing some services to other people, and you are getting paid out of those, okay. So this is the main theme around Venus, because it rules the second and seventh house in the natural zodiac, Aries ascendant. The second and the seventh house, it directly connects